Tuesday Tips is all about mental health. Tonight we have the star and director of Say Her, Jared Kirchheimer, here tonight. Jared, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me so much. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, so tell me about this movie.
So Say Her tells the story of a weightlifter that's very over the hill, and he has mental health challenges, and he ends up finding redemption mentoring a young girl to the Olympic Games. His life's dream was to make it to the games, but he didn't quite have the talent to do that, and it was very hard for him to move past that. But ultimately, through a young stranger that he meets, he's able to move forward with his life and go ahead and fulfill his dream through this young woman. Yeah.
So tell me what you think about the importance of having mentors in our lives.
So mentors are so important, especially for someone that has mental health challenges like Clay, the character that I play in the film, The Lifter, because it was one person in his life. His name is Fred, and he's been there. He was a mentor for him. So he grew up at the Mercy Home for Boys and Girls because his parents abandoned him. So Fred was there for him as a tutor, and he just stuck with him as a mentor throughout his whole life, and he ended up being his guardian in the end when he came out of Mercy, and he's been his weightlifting coach this whole time also. So he had this one person because he was abandoned by his parents, you know, and he could never ever get over that. But this one person, Fred, who shows so much interest in him as just his constant source of love, it enabled him to lead a very admirable life for someone that has such mental health issues. Usually, sometimes you're in an institution or you're just the world forgets about you. He was able to become a great lifter, even though he didn't make the Olympics, but he was able to coach this young woman and have so much success with that. And also he worked construction in order to survive while he was trying to be a lifter, because you don't get paid. Right. So he was able to have all this wonderful success just because of this one person, Fred. So it just shows the importance of, you know, whether it's a caregiver or a mentor, you just need that one person in your life who enable you to lead a good life for someone that may not have a chance to do
and
that.
Sometimes that person may not even be like in your life as much as a caregiver or mentor. You know what I mean? Like somebody that maybe you don't see 5 times a week, you see them once a week or something, but what the impact that they're having is huge.
Yeah, and it's just an example like we need to show. Like I'm donating 50% of my income from this film to Mercy Home for Boys and Girls and Chicago CRED, which is fighting really hard against gun violence. And those are issues, at-risk youth and gun violence are issues critical to the movie. And the kids are growing up without fathers and mothers, that are growing up with drug addiction in the family, they're growing up with so much stuff, and they just need one person that can show them the light. Yeah. And that's why we were really excited to have this theme in the film for them. Yeah.
So your mental health tip for Tuesday Tips is to maintain loving and compassionate relationships no matter what.
Right. That comes from, I witnessed a lot of mental health issues in my own family. My grandmother had really bad obsessive compulsion. Like she would close the faucet so tight repetitively and strip them. She just couldn't stop doing that. And same thing with lights turning on and off. Things people know that are obsessive compulsive, but hers were really serious. And it all stemmed from, as a kid, you know, her dad passed in World War I, and her mother was so frustrated that she had to raise kids on her own. And she told her that, "I wish you were never born." And that one sentence that she heard, it stuck with her whole life. And it really was kind of the core of that obsessive compulsion. She couldn't do anything right because her mom made her feel like she shouldn't exist. So watching that and other similar issues and with other family members that I had, I realized the importance of being so compassionate towards someone, no matter what trouble you have in your own life, to be kind and compassionate and show love. And that's how a lot of these mental health issues can go away if you don't have that trigger to start on.
All right, so tell us where we can catch your movie real quick.
So we are talking to Sony Pictures Classics. They've been mentoring me for years and years and years. They saw the movie, they like it, but it's a very small movie, and nowadays with independent films, you have to build the buzz. So that's why we're here. So thank you so much. And we're gonna get it into the theaters, but we have to build the buzz through wonderful shows like this, and also we're building up our Instagram following, Say Her Film, SAYHERFILM.
Perfect. Well, we will all head there, follow you, and hopefully we'll be able to see this movie in the theaters.
Thank you. Yeah, we're so excited.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Coming up next, another GDS Weekly Teacher Check-In. We'll be right back.
What regular polyhedron has regular pentagons for faces, is a platonic solid with 30 edges and 20 vertices, and is named after its 12 faces?